शांति, ओम शांति। अच्छा, अभी बाबा के 15 महीने का एक एक दिन कम होता जाएगा। ये हमारी शब्द ठीक है, ट्रांसलेशन ठीक है, ओके। अच्छा, देखो मैंने गुड मॉर्निंग नहीं की, जल्दी बोल दिया। ओम शांति तो बोलेंगे, बोलने के बिना मैं रह नहीं सकती हूँ। अभी कहती हूँ गुड मॉर्निंग। अच्छा, और हमेशा पहले कहते थे गुड मॉर्निंग माना गोल्डन मॉर्निंग।
First I used to say good morning means golden morning, and Dadi Gilza says it's diamond morning. Because
जब बाबा के पास आते हैं ना,
when we come to Baba,
सच्चा सोना बनने के लिए,
we come to Baba to become real gold.
कितनी alloy mix है वो निकल जाए तो सच्चा
all the alloys are removed, then the gold becomes real.
आने वाली आत्माओं को और कुछ बात मन में नहीं है।
Those who go to the golden age will not have anything in their heart. This is one of the signs as to who's the soul who's going to go to the golden age. As they take birth, as they grow up, the sanskars would emerge. The sanskars of the golden age would emerge. Those who come to the silver age would take time to become real gold, because 2 degrees would be less. The 14. Those who go to the silver age, they have 2 degrees less. And those who go to the golden age, what experience did you experience this morning in Amrit Vela? I experienced that morning is like the sun of knowledge and evening is like full moon. Everyone likes it, the evening meditation. If there is no moon and sun, how could the drama get along, move? What's the use of the stage without the light here? The stage is beautiful, but if there are no lightings, then it's of no use. So the world stage is very beautifully created, but if there is no sun and moon, then if just there is only sun and no moon, and just moon and no sun, then it is morning will be it's very sweet in the morning. As soon as you open your eyes, the sun rises, and if you continue to stay in the same stage for the whole of the day, you need the rays of the sun very hot, very strong, so that it works as fire. The sun should work as a fire. Fire has its own task and the sun has its own task. But together with so much of light, the brightness, we have the food cooked on solar energy. It's so wonderful that the food can be cooked. Yeah, is that so? Through solar energy. So much energy has been taken from the sun and also brightness, so even food can be cooked. There's so much of power in the sun And the Son of Knowledge has so much of strength that you can become whatever you want, however you want. He has so much of energy.
और चंद्रमा दिखाता है शीतलता, बस
And the moon shows the coolness. There is coolness in
तेरा
being
अभिमान
perfect.
हलचल नहीं,
No fluctuation in the mind.
तू मैं नहीं, तेरा मेरा
There is no I and mine,
नो कला
you
से
and yours.
संपूर्ण कलाएं आ गई.
From no color, from no virtues, we become completely perfect with all celestial degrees.
पहली तारीख शुरू होती है जैसे तो अमावस के दिन बिल्कुल अंधेरा होता है.
On the full
आसमान में
new
बिल्कुल
moon,
अंधेरा होगा.
there's just dark.
कला
The
बढ़ती
sky will be
जाएगी,
dark,
बढ़ती जाएगी,
and as
रोशनी
the
आती जाएगी.
degrees
और
continues
full moon
to
तो ध्यान खिंचवाता है. अब देख,
increase,
अब देख.
then the full moon draws your attention. Now you look at me, look at me, how beautiful I am. And then it continues to just decrease.
तो सूर्यवंशी से चंद्रवंशी में आएंगे, फिर
From
वैश्यवंशी पे
Sun
शूद्रवंशी.
dynasty to the moon, and moon dynasty to the merchant,
अब
and then
है
Shudra, and then
16
Nokala.
कला
Now we have to become 16 celestial degree.
संपूर्ण बनने की घड़ी.
There's a time to become
ये
complete and
सप्ताह जो
perfect.
करना हो, हर एक
Whatever
की
you want to
तेजी,
do this
पुरानी
week,
बातें,
do it.
बाबा का बनने के बाद भी जो बातें हैं ना, उसको
All
भी
the
खत्म
old
कर.
things, even after you belong to Baba, that you did,
16
just
कला संपूर्ण
finish
बनना
it,
है.
because you have to become 16
और
celestial
ज्ञान सूर्य
complete.
बाबा से इतना ज्ञान, क्या प्रकाश आ जाए, प्रकाश.
Let that be the
शब्द है हिंदी में
maximum
प्रकाश.
to the brim, the knowledge from the Son of Knowledge.
बल शक्ति,
That is
तेज
the
विज्ञान,
power.
प्रकाश है.
There is power of knowledge to the
ज्ञान
brim.
नहीं है सिर्फ ज्ञान का.
It's not just the knowledge, but the power of the knowledge. And you need
ऐसे
yoga
नहीं,
in this.
खुशी देने वाला है, शांति देने वाला है, पर
It's
बल
not
देने
just
वाला है.
the yoga that gives you happiness, that gives you peace, but it is the yoga that you have to do should be of that of the power of yoga,
जिससे विक्रम तो विनाश हो जाए, पर
through which the
हम तो बदल जाए, हमको
vices will be
और
definitely burnt away, but then I will transform and others will transform through me.
इतना बल,
So you have to have so
ज्ञान से
much
योग का बल.
strength, power of knowledge
क्यों
through
हमारा
yoga,
occupation ही है.
because this is our occupation.
ईश्वर की संतान है,
We are God's
विश्व
children,
सेवाधारी है.
world service.
ये लेबलियाँ
Just
खावान ऐसे लिखेंगे तो नहीं होगा, तिलक लगाएंगे तो मिट जाएगा.
you have to have this label or
आत्माओं को,
stick on your
सारी विश्व
forehead.
भर की आत्माओं को अनुभव होवे.
It's not just sticking, but then let others feel and experience through your forehead.
जैसे कर्म करते हैं, जैसी स्मृति रहती है,
As you do the actions and as the awareness that you have inside your mind, let that be shown to the others. There can't be any action without the thoughts.
जिसका मन व्यर्थ बातों में होगा,
If you have your mind in waste thoughts,
चिंतन
think about waste,
फालतू पैदा करके उसकी पालना करने में होगा.
think waste thoughts and sustain them.
जो कई बार बाबा ने कहा ऐसा ख्याल
Many
मत
times,
उत्पन्न करो कि जो
Baba
उसकी
says,
पालना करने में ही आप बीमार हो
don't
जाओ.
think such thoughts that you become sick just to sustain them. By sustaining them,
ऐसी उत्पत्ति नहीं करो.
don't have such creation
जो
of the
उसकी फिर पालना
thoughts.
करने लग पड़ते हैं.
If you have to have such the creation of the thoughts, then you have to sustain them also.
विनाश नहीं कर सकते फिर.
Then you can't destroy them because it's your own
ऐसा
creation.
पैदा ही ना हो जिसकी पालना करो जो विनाश न कर सको.
So therefore, don't create such thoughts that you have to sustain, and you're not in a position to destroy them.
कर्म से अभी इसलिए
And therefore,
ध्यान खिंचवाता है.
Baba pulls your attention, man mana bhav, have your mind in me.
इसलिए सबसे बाबा महिमा गीता की क्यों
Therefore,
करता है?
Baba praises
ज्ञान भी
Gita.
सुनाएगा ना, फिर कहेगा मन मना भाव.
He tells bit of knowledge, but again he says man mana
और
bhav.
नहीं, वो बातों में नहीं है, पर ज्ञान बाबा सुनाते भी कहता है अच्छा और आगे सुनाऊंगा, अब मनमाना भाव.
Baba, as he speaks knowledge, he says, now become Manmanaban and I'll continue later.
की बातें सुनाएंगे.
He will talk about golden age.
अरे बच्ची जो होगा
Then
देखा
children
जाएगा.
ask questions. Then Baba used to say, okay, let me see what's going to happen in golden age, but now Manmana Bhav. And Madhyaji Bhav. What I have to become. That's it. Sorry. So you will not see anything else except your aim that you have to become and connect your mind upwards. And in your thoughts you have just Lakshmi Narayan, that you have to become like Lakshmi Narayan. And for that you need the strength of knowledge, and let your yoga be so powerful. Like detached. Lakshmi Narayana look detached like lotus and have the conch shell. I was somewhere I saw somewhere that there were so many shells, the creation of the water, the ocean. As you just go deeper, there are pearls. In the foreign countries, many of them, they decorate bathroom with shells. It's the creation of water. It's so wonderful. It's so natural. I saw in Dadi Nirmal Shanti's room, and I was feeling like just snatching it away from her room. It's very, very beautiful things. The very beautiful frame of the shells. Beautiful frame. I also saw the same type of the similar frame in New Zealand. I wanted to take it away. And they had Baba's photo framed in the frame of shells. It was very beautiful. Variety of shells and very natural. And then Baba's photo has been put in that. I saw such a big oval-shaped photo, oval-shaped frame, and Baba is in it. They're small Babas, children. They're very sweet, very lovely. There is lots of difference between the stone and the shell. The stone pricks, it's very rough. But then the shells doesn't prick. They don't hurt. They're very nice. Therefore, never have that roughness like stones. Should be very natural. As you go deeper, then you start becoming a real natural jewel. As deeper you go into the knowledge and go to the end of the knowledge of the ocean. You get into the depths of the purifier. Shells are no doubt, they're very good. Even if Baba gets 900,000 shells, it's good. It's very good decoration. They variety. Just pick up good shells when you go into the ocean, and you give that to the Madhuban as a gift. There are many places where you get very good shells. They go and eat seafood. I don't like that. I don't even want to go through that way. But then there are good things from the ocean. They're very valuable. They're very beautiful as well.
उसमें से फिर क्या है, और डीप चले गए तो
And as you go deeper, then you get jewels.
तो ज्ञान से लाइफ कुछ पत्थर से तो बदल गई, पत्थर
Through knowledge, your life
पार्स बने,
changes from being a stone, at least.
रफ लाइफ, खराब डर्टी लाइफ से तो अच्छी लाइफ है.
So this life is much more better than that of a dirty and a rough life. However,
अपनी वैल्यू बढ़ाते जाओ.
then continue to increase the value of your life.
तो मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है ये वीक,
This is my request.
ज्ञान सरोवर रहेंगे. भले दादी भी मुझे कान पकड़,
I had a thought that I want to stay in Gyan Sarovar.
हो जाती है, ठंडी पड़ेगा, कुछ नहीं होगा.
Daddy will definitely say, but then nothing will happen. I want to stay here.
दादी से छुट्टी लेंगी, परंतु आप सब
I will take leave from Daddy to stay here anyway. But you all, for a week, this is a holy land of all the religious places in the whole world.
होली लैंड,
This is a holy land.
योगी बनने के लिए.
This is a land to become a yogi and a holy.
होली भाई, किरण कहाँ है?
Where is Kiran? Kiran?
किरण कहाँ है लिखने वाली?
Kiran, the one who writes, please put up your hand.
गोपी दिखाई नहीं पड़ती, उसको काम.
Where is Sister Kiran?
हाथ उठाए.
Can you please
कल से
raise your
मैं
hand?
लेट आने वालों को कहेंगी थोड़ा पहले पैर बैठो.
I will say those who come late will sit outside from tomorrow.
टाइम पर आना.
You have to come in time.
अच्छी माँ
Come on time to the class.
है किरण.
Is Kiran there,
नहीं
please?
है, ठीक है, ओके. उसको ड्यूटी दिया है जो अभी.
So Daddy has given her some duty
क्रिसमस टाइम में या आ जाना.
to come here on during Christmas.
तैयारी करने, होली बनने के लिए, होली लैंड.
It's a holiday that you have and to become holy.
सारे विश्व भर में चक्कर लगा के देखो, ऐसी होली
Just
लैंड.
go around the whole world. You wouldn't find such holy land in the whole world.
तपस्वी भूमि है,
It's not just
कर्म
the
भूमि है,
it's
धर्म भूमि
Baba's
है.
place and it's a place of Baba's activity. It's a place of Baba.
कर्म भूमि है.
It's a place of Baba's
अलौकिक
action,
कर्म भूमि है.
alokik actions, activities.
धर्म के स्थापना,
This is a land
धर्म भूमि है.
of the religion, to establish righteous religion.
तपस्या पूरी क्या करनी है, एक बाबा दूसरा न
This
कोई
is a land
घर
of
जाने के
tapasya.
लिए तैयारी
The tapas-
करने की भूमि है.
This is a land where we prepare ourselves to get back home.
सब कुछ समेट के घर जाना है.
We have to wind up and go back home.
समेट के
Finish
या
everything.
संभाल लिया, सागर में डाल दिया, समेट लिया तो कुछ नहीं है मेरा.
To
संभाला
accommodate
हो गया.
or to wind up.
तो ये भगवान ने यज्ञ जहाँ रचा है, जिस
God
यज्ञ
has
से
created sacrificial
खाना भी
fire
मिलता है,
from where we get
ब्रह्मा
our
भोजन
food,
भी
Brahma
मिलता है,
Bhojan,
ब्रह्मा मुख से ज्ञान का अमृत भी मिलता है.
and also we get the nectar through the mouth of Brahma.
बहुत कितना स्वच्छ,
It's so
सच्चा बनने
clean.
का ये वीक है. ये week.
This is a week to become so clean, and
उसमें हर एक ऐसे बन जाए
so each one of you
valuable.
become very valuable in this week. You have to become such that you become
तो
so
जैसे मैंने
valuable.
वो देखा ना फोटो,
As I saw that photograph, photo framed
अच्छे अच्छे बच्चों का
from Dadi Nirmal Shanta's
बीच में बाबा को रखा है.
room. I thought that all the shells are like children, and in between Baba is placed.
कितने फ्रेम देखे होंगे.
I must have seen so many frames, but that was so attractive. It was chosen and variety
एक मिले
things.
दूसरे से हैं.
One doesn't
पर शोभा
is
बहुत
alike
है.
with the other, but it really has that show.
बहुत हरे का मीठा है.
Very
एक
sweet
रंग में
colors.
नहीं है.
It's very light,
कितना
not
बदलते
fast
हैं
colors.
ज्ञान में आकर के.
So we change as we come in Gyan.
फिर और बदलते बदलते बस बाबा के
Sorry.
नूरी रतन.
As we continue to change,
हमारे नूर
we
में
become
बाबा,
the
बाबा
jewel
के
of God's eye. We are in God's eyes and God is in our eyes.
नैनों पर बैठ करके घर जाना है.
We have to go home
आज
sitting
बाबा ने
on
होली
God's
में कहा,
eyelashes. Today Baba said, continue to remember home and you go home. Baba used to say that remember Baba and you go home. But today Baba has said, you go home as you remember home. In few Murlis, Baba said, from where I have come and where I have to go, people are just wandering around, stumbling. Baba says, you have come from here and you're going there. No one else have told this. From where I come and how I come, how I was before and how am I now, and now I have to return back. The main thing today in the Murli is we go into the ocean of knowledge and you become very valuable, very nice. And as you go deeper into the ocean of purifier, then you become the jewel of eye. In the company of the purifier, you become pure. No one will become pure in the company of shells. But in the company of the purifier, we are sitting in the eyes of God and we have merged God in our eyes. Now I'll read Murli. Now I'll tell one more thing. The inspirations that Dadi has given to give message to 100,000 in 2003 from Ahmedabad, then Bombay, then Madras, then Delhi, Calcutta, and there was a really big, all those from England, Australia, America. Please listen carefully. What should we do? We have to accumulate solar energy that's from God so that it really works. There are many examples where this solar energy that's from God, Baba, works. We have to become complete. Everyone's attention should go on that. I always used to see Mama in full moon. Whenever Mama used to touch or we used to go in Mama's lap, we used to see Mama as a full moon. Very cool. And this sanskar, love, compassion and truth, this should be the sanskar of every child. It's not the question of brother and sister. Compassion, just forgive, forget. Nothing, just forget. It should be your nature to forget and to be very true. Let that be in me. And I always have thought that every child of Baba's children should have, and it should be the incarnation of love. We are sitting here, but then children of the whole world are sitting here. So we are making ourselves like that to spread this to the nook and corner of the world, wherever children are, wherever Baba's children are. They are there for the benefit of the world. They are not there for the attraction or influences, but it's for the benefit. No Baba's children can ever be affected by the influences or attractions. So this week just check that are you attracted by any attractions or influences of others. this really damages you.
इसकी अंश मात्र भी
Let
जो अंदर हो
there
ना,
be
ज्ञान
no
से
the trace
realize
of it.
करके योग
You
से
just
खत्म करना।
realize through knowledge and finish it through yoga.
ज्ञान से realization हो, योग
Through
से खत्म।
knowledge you realize, and through
एक
yoga
मिनट
you
में
finish.
समझा, दूसरे मिनट में खत्म।
In 1 minute you understand, and the other minute
खत्म
you
करने
just
में
finish
टाइम
it.
लगाएंगे तो धीमी आग से वो खत्म नहीं होगा।
If you take time in finishing it, then it doesn't really finish through the dim fire. It really needs very strong fire to finish it.
सबसे बड़ी पावर है।
Baba said,
शक्तियों में
realization power
पहली है
is
realization।
very important. First power is power of
काम करे।
realization,
क्या काम कहाँ करे?
and then rest the 8 powers would work.
शक्तियाँ बुद्धि से समझा है ये है, तो
You
शक्तियाँ
have
काम नहीं कर
understood
रही है।
through your intellect that these are the 8
अभी भी
powers,
नींद
but
आ
it's
रही है
not
क्या?
working. Are you sleeping? Yeah?
अंदर है।
It's really
अभी
wonderful.
आँखें ऐसे हो रही हैं।
Don't doze away, please. I really have pity those who sleep.
बड़ा तरस पड़ता है। Realization से एकदम दिल में आता है, अभी कभी करेंगे, अब न करेंगे तो कब नहीं करेंगे।
If you don't do now, then you wouldn't do it at all.
अब करना है मेरे को।
You just have to do now. Now I have to realize.
बस तो महसूस किया ना, अभी
Then Baba
शक्तियों को
says,
आर्डर करता हूँ तो हमको मदद करेंगी।
You have realized, then I order powers to help you. Use them
वो आए
properly.
तुम उसको वापस नहीं भेज देना।
Don't send them back. Send the powers back.
शक्तियाँ तो मेरे को अनुभव है,
I
फ्रेंड्स है।
I know they are my friends, all the
दौरी में दिए
powers.
मेरे बाबा ने मेरे को।
Baba has given them in dowry to me.
जैसे पुराने जमाने में
In the
लड़की को
old
शादी कराते थे,
age,
कहते थे, और सब डावरी क्या बेचारी को काम में आएंगी।
the
ये
girl
सखियाँ
is
उनको दे दो।
married, and then the friends are given in dowry.
जो
So Baba has given these friends the powers, 8 powers in dowry to me.
ससुर घर जाने के
That I'm going into in-laws' house, so these powers, my friends, would go with me. They work very nice. They are always,
काम हो, एक
anytime
काम आवे दूसरी।
you call and they are there.
आई तो हमने उसे काम नहीं लिया, बुलाया तीसरी को।
You call one and the other one comes away, and the other one come and then they don't work, and the third one come. It shouldn't be that. So Baba says, child, do whatever you want to do right now. I am there in front of you. If you don't do now, then you cry, shout, then I wouldn't come.
अब तो हाजिर हूँ।
I'm there personally in front of you. On the path of devotion, you were crying, you called upon me. But now I'm in front of you. The Almighty Authority is in front of you.
पर अब नहीं, मैं मेरे हाजिर में अंत में तो मैं तुम्हारे सामने मैं भी साक्षी हो जाऊंगा।
Then at the end, I will become detached. I will not do anything at the end. And therefore, Baba says, whatever you want to do, do it right away.
अब कर ले, अब। तो ये
Do it
मैं
now, do it now.
request और स्नेह से कहती हूँ।
I request you,
बहुत फायदा।
and I tell you with great love, whatever you want to do it now.
तो कल अच्छा होगा।
Tomorrow will be good.
जो कल हो गया ना,
Whatever happened
बाबा
yesterday,
ने मिटा दिया।
Baba just wiped away, erased it. I don't even remember.
मुझे भी याद नहीं दिलाता है, और किसी को भी मेरे लिए वो इम्प्रेशन जो है ना वो चला जाता है। कहते हैं
And I don't remember, then others,
अरे देखते
the
हो,
impression
याद
what
तब
others
देखते हैं।
have will be also erased. If you remember, then others remember also. If you change, then others will not.
क्या हो गया?
What you were yesterday and what you're now.
तेज है, अच्छी है।
Everyone's eyes are very bright, good. They can
किसी को
see.
दोष नहीं देना है तो मुझे ऐसे देखते हैं।
You can't blame anyone that so and so is looking at me like that. But whatever awareness you have, that's what others look at you as. If I change, others see change in me. So don't blame others. And it means that you give time to yourself to become a charitable soul. If you're
टाइम
blaming others, means you're wasting your time.
करने के लिए संकल्प मेरा है,
This is my thoughts, my time. I have to use them
सफलता तुम्हारे साथ है,
in me to become charitable soul.
उसको भी आर्डर करता है, शक्ति को कहता है इसको मदद कर, सफलता कहता है बच्ची मेरी पुरुषार्थ करे तो साथ चल चल चल.
Baba orders the powers to help you, and also Baba
मेरे पुरुषार्थ से सफलता हुई.
Baba says if you make efforts, then the
और भी
success will
मेहनत
be
की है ना,
yours.
बच्चों से की है ना, सफलता को आर्डर करता है.
Baba orders the success to go to children. Move with the children. As the children do even little efforts, Baba orders the success to move with the children. So success is always with you as well.
साथ दे रही है.
It's always with you.
सब है अब की बात.
It's just the question of now. Powers are used now. You come in Gyan, you belong to Baba.
काम करती है.
The powers will definitely work.
सफलता भी ईश्वरी सेवा है.
And success is also God's service. It's on God's service. So it will be definitely with you. So you look at yourself that you have to be the part of the rosary of victory. And in order to do that, then I have to become very dear child of Baba. It's in Hindi it's called as Ananya. Ananya means very dear. And such children will not have anyone else except Baba in their life. Okay? Now you listen to Murli. So become alert and make this alertness your habit. Sweet children, I will not speak in between Murli, whatever I wanted to speak from my depth of my heart. My inspirations I shared with you, then I will not speak anything in between Murli. If you do, then the spiritual love will work on you. In the love, in love, you don't feel labor, but there will be change automatically. Sweet children, only the meeting of souls with the Supreme Soul is the true confluence, the Kumbha. It is through this meeting that you become pure. And then people celebrate their melas as a memorial of this. Question? In which aspect do your children need to have a lot of wisdom? In which aspect do your children need to have a lot of wisdom? Answer? Souls are very delicate. Baba says you need a lot of wisdom to explain knowledge to those who are very sensitive and delicate. You have to prove the path of knowledge and the path of devotion tactfully. It's a time of Kumbh Mela, and Baba is giving Murli on that basis. Baba says, explain like mouse who blows before it bites. It's bleeding, but they don't know how it's bleeding, but the mouse has bite. Therefore, create methods for doing service. Hold exhibitions at the Kumbh Mela and bring benefits to many souls. Show the method to become pure from impure. The song.
इस पाप की दुनिया से और कहीं ले चल.
Take us away from this world of sin to the world of rest and comfort.
प्यारा प्यारा शुरू का
It's
पहला
very lovely song of the beginning.
ओम शांति.
Om Shanti.
बाप बच्चों को समझाते हैं पाप की दुनिया को कलयुगी
Baba sits here and explains to your children the iron-aged, impure and the corrupt world is called as the world of sin. Impure, iron-aged, corrupted world, the world of sins, whereas golden age, pure and elevated world is called the world of charity. Only the Supreme Soul comes and makes you into pure, charitable souls and creates the world of charity. It's because people themselves are impure that they call out to the purifier Father. If they believe that the purifier to be Ganga or Triveni, then why do they call out? Oh purifier, come. Why do they call? The Ganga, the Ganges and the Triveni exist anyway, and yet people continue to call out even whilst these rivers exist. In the evening, they just float the light and the flowers in Ganges. And they also have Aarti and also they sing. But now, we used to do all these things, to have a dip in the four things, to have a holy dip and to light a light and float it in the, then have Aarti and then sing songs. At last, who is the purifier? So they should be tagged to explain to others. The intellect still goes towards the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is the ocean of knowledge, has to come here. He is not just called the soul, but the pure living being. There are no pure living beings here. Purifier Father comes when the golden aged pure world has to be established and the iron aged world destroyed. He would definitely come at the confluence age. The iron age has definitely been destroyed. Golden age definitely has to be established. He would definitely come at the confluence age. The confluence age is also called the Kumbha. There is confluence age of Triveni, the confluence of three rivers, and they have given it the name Kumbha. They say three rivers meet. In fact, there are two rivers. They say that the third river is incognito. So would you become pure from impure in Kumbh Mela? The purifier definitely has to come. He is the ocean of knowledge. It is the task of only Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, and not a human being, to make pure world and change iron age into the golden age. All that is blind faith.
अंदर से जानते हैं ये सब अपने आप जब रियलाइज हो तो कहते समझते हैं ये ब्लाइंड फेथ.
So when they realize that it is blind faith.
अंधों को लाठी चाहिए.
Baba says blind one needs a stick now.
तुम अभी लाठी बने हो.
You have now become sticks.
लाठी भी नंबर वार पुरुषार्थ.
But the sticks is number wise according to the efforts you make.
लाठियां भी किस्म की होती.
There are different types of stick. Some sticks cost 100 rupees and other cost just 2 rupees. And people use walking stick and they are very beautiful. So now we have to. There was a Swami. He had a saint. He had a very beautiful walking stick. Some stick is of 100 and some nowadays it's of 100,000 rupees also. Thousands. So here too are also number wise. The stick also number wise. Some are very serviceable. When you are ill, you have to call a surgeon. This is impure world and you're becoming pure. It is said, souls remained separate from the Supreme Soul for a long time. Then, when the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, comes amidst of all the souls, then that's called the Kumbh of the confluence. People make a lot of donations at the Kumbh Mela. That's an income for the sages, holy men and the government. Here, you have to donate everything including your body, mind, wealth to the Purifier Father. There they donate to the sages, holy men. Here you have to donate to the Purifier Father. And then He makes you into the future masters of the heaven. Those people take the name of Triveni and make donations to the sages and holy men. In fact, the confluence is where all universe come and merge with the ocean. There is no ocean there. Just the rivers come together. Only the meeting of you rivers and the ocean is called as the true Mela. The rivers stumble around and then come and meet the ocean. However, this is also fixed in the drama. In that Mela, the government earns a lot of money from the trains, cars, land, etc. They specially make roads. So there is Mela for earning an income. So Baba says, so you children can judge on that basis. Children can judge these things because you are following God's directions. Therefore you should find the right meaning of Kumbh Mela. Baba gives you an easy things. Baba says, Baba gives you an essay to write. Sensible children should take up this. The number one, sensible one is Mama, and then second is Sanjay, Jagdish Bhai, who had to make leaflets to distribute. This river, Triveni, is not purifier. Only the bestower of salvation for all, Shiv Baba, is the purifier. The Triveni cannot be called the bestower of salvation. Those rivers exist all the time. There's no question of them coming. Rivers exist even before. There's no question of coming. People sing, "Ho purifier, come." They won't call rivers, "Come and make us pure." Therefore, we should make leaflets. Brothers and sisters, Baba's teaching, brothers and sisters, is ocean of knowledge, the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, the purifier, or it is those rivers. They exist all the time. You call out to the Supreme Soul for him to come here.
वास्तव में
In
पतित
fact,
पावन तो एक परमात्मा
only
है।
one Supreme Soul is the purifier.
आत्माएं और परमात्मा
Souls and the
अलग
Supreme
रहे
Soul
बहुकाल।
remain separated for a long time.
वही
That
तो सतगुरु
Satguru
आकर सबको सद्गति
comes
दे
and
वापस ले
grants you
जाता है।
salvation and takes you back home.
ये हम भक्ति में बहुत गाते हैं, आत्मा और परमात्मा अलग
In the
रहे
devotion,
बहुकाल।
we used to sing
सुंदर
Soul
मेला कर
and
दिया
Supreme
जब
Soul
सतगुरु मिला
separated for a long time, and the
दलाल के रूप में मिला।
Satguru
मैंने आप लोगों को बताई है ये थोड़ी कहानी,
was here as a middleman,
पर मुरली की
and
भी सुनाती हूँ। बाबा से बहुत
I tell you
बाबा
the
से
story in
बाबा के
middle
रूम में
of the Murli.
तो बैठी थी।
I was
मैंने कहा,
sitting
"बाबा,
in
सतगुरु
Baba's
कौन
room.
है?"
I asked, who is Satguru?
मैंने कहा ये नहीं है दलाल, ये नहीं है। कहा, नहीं वो है।
I asked, is he not a middleman?
कौन है?
Then Baba said, no, it's he.
वो। मैंने कहा,
And I asked, who is Guru Govind? He said, he, it is he.
किसको मिलाया?
Then I asked,
मिलाया किसने किसको मिलाया?
who was made to meet
माने
whom? Then Baba never accepted,
मैंने रो
agreed.
लिया।
Then I cried.
असुर नहीं कहे ये।
He never said it was me, but he always said it is he. He indicated upwards.
रोते रोते चली गई देहरादून। वहाँ
I went to Dehradun as I was crying.
वहाँ पत्र लिखता
Very
है।
good. A center was opened.
बच्ची,
Then
ये
Baba
गौवंश
wrote
है,
a letter.
गायों को संभाल रहा। गुरु
Baba wrote a letter saying he is a cow herd. He just looks after all cows, but he is the Govind and he is the Guru. He wrote in the letter.
सामने वो करता रहा।
When I was personally in front of him, he just indicated upwards. Don't remember this one, you remember that one.
फिर भी वो
He just indicated upwards. But when I went there, then he wrote.
दोनों मिले।
He said,
आत्मा को परमात्मा से मिलन मनाने के लिए कहा ये गोविंद गैया को कन्याओं माताओं को संभालने वाला ये है।
he is the one who looks after the Kumaris, mothers, or cows.
किसने भी तो मिला, तो मानो तो सही न, कौन हो आप तो आकर इतना बाबा ने बुद्धि हमारी ऊपर लटकाने के लिए।
So Baba, he really made lots of efforts
और हम कान
for enabling our
या किसको लटका देते हैं।
mind upwards, but then you don't have to hang your head down, being attracted
मेरे
towards
में
human
लटक जाए क्या,
beings.
मैं किस में लटक जाऊँ?
I get attracted towards someone and someone get attracted towards me. This is not good. Baba made so much of efforts to put your head
सतगुरु सबकी
hung
सद्गति दे
upwards.
वापस लेके जाता है। ज्ञान स्नान तो वास्तव में परमपिता परमात्मा के से ही करना चाहिए।
Baba says,
पावन दुनिया की स्थापना परमपिता परमात्मा कराते हैं।
it's the Supreme
तुम
Father,
उसे नहीं
Supreme
जानते।
Soul who establishes the
भारत
new
जब
world.
श्रेष्ठाचारी था,
When Bharat was elevated,
भारत जब
when Bharat was
श्रेष्ठाचारी
elevated,
था, तब उसमें देही अभिमानी
soul
देवताएं
conscious
रहते थे।
deities used to reside there,
उसे शिवालय कहा जाता
and
है।
that used to be called Shivalaya.
अब कुंभ पर जाकर बच्चों को
Children
प्रदर्शनी लगानी चाहिए।
should now go to Kumbh Mela and hold
समझाने के
exhibitions and explain to people there.
समझाना है
You have to
पतित
explain.
पावन एक बाप है।
The one Father is the purifier,
वह कहते हैं
and
मैं
he
आत्मा ही
says,
तब हूँ
I come only
जब पतित से
when you are
पावन
to be
बनाना
made
होता है।
pure from impure.
तो प्रतिज्ञा करनी
So you have to make a promise.
भिक्षा बंधन भगवान
Raksha
से
Bandhan
अलग रखता
is
है।
connected with God.
भिक्षा बांधते हैं तो वो भी भगवान के साथ कनेक्शन की बात है, न कि साधु संतों से।
It's not with the sages or holy men.
प्रतिज्ञा परमपिता परमात्मा से की जाती है।
Promises made to the Supreme
Not to
Father,
Triveni.
Supreme Soul, not to the river Triveni.
हे बाबा,
Oh Baba,
हम आपके श्रीमत से
through your Shrimad,
पावन बनने के लिए प्रतिज्ञा करता
I
हूँ।
promise to become pure.
बापी कहते
Baba
हैं,
says,
मैं तुमको
I will
पावन
make you
दुनिया का
into the
मालिक
masters of the
बनाऊंगा।
pure world.
मुरली की स्पीड तेज तो नहीं है, ठीक है?
Is it okay?
ठीक है?
Is it fast?
हाँ?
Is it okay? Please indicate if it's
यह
okay.
है बाबा के इशारे।
These are Baba's signals.
इसमें सर्विस करने वाले बहुत तीखे चाहिए।
Very clever, sensible ones are needed for
चित्र
this.
भी और बनाने पड़े।
Many of the pictures also have to be made.
इसके लिए आप
You
लोगों
need-
को वहाँ अच्छा मंडप लेना पड़े,
Then you need to get a good
बड़ा महंगा होता है। कुंभ के मेले पर
tent
वो
for
पैसा-
this.
वो जमीन तोड़ा लो, मंडप बनाओ, ये करो। तो दिल्ली में पहले जब सेवा शुरू हुई
So in the beginning in Delhi, when the service started,
उसी टाइम कुंभ का मेला बना।
at that time was the Kumbh Mela. Then Didi went to Kumbh Mela and Dadi was sent to Kumbh Mela. We just got 100 rupees. We never had money.
कभी पैसा मिला ही नहीं था।
We never used to get money at all. We got 100 rupees. Then I gave it to Didi.
जाकर कुंभ के मेले में आप एक टेंट लगा के बैठो।
Then have a tent and then sit there.
पहला कुंभ का मेला 50 साल पहले की बात है
It is 50 years ago.
दिल्ली में।
100 rupees.
कुंभ के मेले फिर तो मंडप बड़ी बड़ी सेवाएं हुई है।
They hold,
तुम्हारे दुश्मन भी बहुत
they erect
निकलेंगे,
big huge
कुछ प्रदर्शन
tents.
लगाएंगे, दुश्मन निकलेंगे। कोई समय
Bible
आग
says
भी
many of
लगाने
your
देरी नहीं
enemies will
करेंगे।
emerge.
कौन आया,
Sometimes they do
परमात्मा
not
आया
take
यहाँ
long
पर
to
प्रदर्शन लगाने
cause
के लिए।
fires for this. Many of your
किसको
enemies
झगड़ा
will
करना
emerge.
होता है,
Bible says if someone wants to
झगड़े में क्या
fight,
करेंगे? पहले
then what do?
गाली देंगे,
Then
आग
they
भी
begin to
लगाएंगे।
insult and then they set fire.
तुमको तो निरंकारी
You
मन
have to become
silence में रहना पड़ेगा।
egoless and remain in silence.
सुना?
Did you
ये
understand?
सब होगा।
This will happen.
निरंकारी
But you
बन
have to
करके
become
silence
egoless
में रहना
and
पड़ेगा।
remain in silence.
कितना सिखाया है बाबा में।
So much Baba has taught us.
ब्रह्मा कुमारियां मशहूर तो
Brahma
हो गई है।
Kumaris have become famous.
पर्चियां जरूर बांटने हैं।
You have-
यूनिवर्सिटी क्या करना है?
You definitely have to
2004 में।
distribute leaflet, etc.
इसके लिए
Murli,
पहले
what should
थोड़ी
you do?
छोटी मीटिंग करना।
Have a small meeting. What should you?
मैंने गुलजार दादी से कर ली
Um,
छिपके छिपके।
2004, sorry.
एक आत्मा भी रह न जाए।
Not even single soul should be left in the whole world.
बस
So have
साक्षात्कार
meeting that
हो
in
जाए।
2004, maybe they
जापान,
they get
ऑस्ट्रेलिया, अमेरिका, इंग्लैंड,
grant visions.
एशिया,
Asia, America, Australia,
एक भी
England.
आत्मा रह न जाए।
Not even a single soul should be left.
यहाँ मैंने गुलजार दादी को कहा और तो कोई नहीं है।
I spoke to
ये
Dadi
मोरली
Gulzar.
है, ये अपना लिपि है,
Lee is
दूसरा
there,
है।
Maureen is here.
ऐसा plan बाबा
So
दे
just
देवे।
plan.
भारत में तो धूम मचाने में देरी नहीं है, पर विश्व
It
में
doesn't
ऐसे
take
हो जाए।
long in Bharat, but in the whole world
4 में
in
पहले
2004.
बनाना ऐसे।
Okay, you sit and plan something
कुंभ
that
के
we
मेले
glorify
का खास
Father.
महत्व रखते हैं, वास्तव में महत्व अभी
People
का
give
है।
special importance to
ये भी
Kumbh
ड्रामा
Mela.
का खेल
In
है।
fact, that
वहाँ से
refers
भी
to the
कोई का
importance of the
कल्याण हो
present
सकता
time.
है।
This is also a play in the
परंतु
drama.
मेहनत लगती है। वहाँ से
Anyone can be
कानपुर,
benefited
लखनऊ
there
सेंटर वहाँ
too.
से खुले हैं।
However, it requires
पहले कुंभ
effort.
के मेले से।
So Kanpur, Lucknow was opened during Kumbh Mela.
कांटों को फूल बनाने में मेहनत लगती है।
It takes time to
सुना?
change thorns
वहाँ
into
से किसी का
flowers.
कल्याण हो सकता है, जो भी कार्य करते
Anyone
हैं।
can be benefited from there,
परंतु मेहनत
but it
लगती है।
requires efforts,
फिर किसमें
and
मेहनत
it
है? कांटों को
what
फूल
what
बनाने
has
में
it
मेहनत लगती है।
efforts is needed.
कुंभ के मेले
It
में
takes
प्रदर्शनी करने में भी
Time
हिम्मत
to
चाहिए।
change thorns into flowers.
उसमें
You
जान
need
पहचान
courage to
चाहिए।
hold an exhibition at Kumbh
जैसे
Mela.
कलकत्ते वालों को
You need
ग्राउंड 15
contact
लाख पाउंड का था,
so that
वो पाउंड नहीं
there are
रुपीस का
no
था।
obstacles.
फिर
In
हो गया।
crowns, there were 1,200,000 rupees,
15 लाख रुपीस का था।
15,000, 15.
गवर्नर से बात की, उसने फ्री करा दी।
100,000. They spoke to the
जान
governor
पहचान
and it was
चाहिए।
free. So you need contacts, connections.
जो कोई भी घिन न पड़े फिर
You have to prove who is the
तुमको सिद्ध
purifier.
करना है जरूर पतित पावन कौन। आज के मुरली की में जो डायरेक्शन अपनी स्थिति के लिए सेवा
Today
के
there is direction for our stage as well as for the service.
मनुष्य पतित पावन
People
को जहाँ
remember
स्वर्ग को याद भी
heaven, the
करते
pure
हैं।
world.
कोई मरता
When
है तो
someone
कहेंगे
dies,
फलाना
people say
स्वर्गवासी
so and
हुआ।
so has become a resident of heaven.
वहाँ तो बहुत मालथाल होते हैं
There
स्वर्ग
is
में।
plenty of rich food
तो वहाँ
there.
से फिर बुला करके
So
यहाँ
why
क्यों खिलाते हो उस
then do they
रात?
call them back from
जब स्वर्गवासी
from there
हुआ,
and
तो
feed
स्वर्ग
them
में बहुत
here?
कुछ मिलता है। यहाँ पर क्यों खिलाते हो? तुम श्रीनाथ जी के मंदिर में
At the
देखेंगे।
Srinath temple, you can see
श्रीनाथ जी का मंदिर यहाँ है,
it's here.
नजदीक।
It's close
और
by.
फिर कितने माल मिलते हैं। अब जगन्नाथपुरी में
They,
जाएंगे ना,
they,
जगन्नाथ
they cook so many varieties. Jagannath is there.
कलकत्ता के
It's near Calcutta.
तुम श्रीनाथ जी मंदिर में देखें कितने माल बनते हैं।
Srinath temple, you see, they cook so many variety food. In fact, Srinath Puri, Jagannath Puri are the same things.
बहुत वैभव बनते हैं।
However, Srinath Dware,
घी के खुए होते हैं,
you can
घी के डब्बे
see
नहीं होते हैं।
how they prepare many nourishing variety of food. There is
और जगन्नाथपुरी में जाएंगे
well of
फीके चावल मिलेंगे सिर्फ और कुछ नहीं
melted
मिलेगा।
butter. They prepare everything
फीके चावल
in that.
भगवान का भोग
Whereas
लगाते हैं,
Jagannath,
वो
they
टूटता
only
है, चार
offer
भाग होता
bhog
है,
of plain
चावल
cooked
होता है।
rice.
घी आदि कुछ नहीं पड़ता है।
They don't use
फर्क बताते
butter,
हैं,
etc.
वो गौरा
This
कृष्ण, वो सांवरा।
difference portrays
जो
how
वाम मार्ग में गिरता
when
है
you are
ना, तो
pure
क्या मिलता है?
and you have some
और वो
nourishing
सूखा
foods, and when you are impure, you have plain rice.
चावल। रास बड़ा अच्छा है।
The significance of this is
ये
very
बाप
good.
बैठ समझाते
Baba
हैं।
sits here and explains
श्रीनाथ
this.
द्वारे में इतना
At
भोग
Srinath
लगाते
Dware,
हैं,
they offer so much
फिर
bhog,
पुजारी लोग
and then
दुकान
the
में
Brahmin
जाकर बेचते
priest
हैं।
here
उनकी
then
कमाई
sit
का आधार ही
there
इसमें है।
to sell that bhog,
समझने और फिर
to
समझाने की।
explain and to understand. Understand and explain.
समझने
First understand,
मना देय मानी बुद्धि हो,
and have the intellect of
समझाने,
soul
निरंकारी
conscious,
और
and to explain you need egoless
साइलेंस में रहने वाला हो।
and silent.
क्या मिली?
So that we also got that
कितनी
teachings.
नाजुक बातें हैं।
So these are
मनुष्य कहते
very
हैं,
delicate
हे परमपिता परमात्मा, तुम्हारी
matters.
गत में तुम ही
People say,
जानो।
"Oh, purifier, Father, Supreme Father, Supreme
इसका
Soul,
अर्थ तो समझ
you
नहीं।
alone know the ways."
तुम्हारी
and means.
श्रीमत से जो सद्गति मिलती है,
You don't understand
वो तुम
the
ही
meaning
कर
of
सकते
that.
हो।
People don't understand the meaning of that.
तुम्हारे
Only you
श्रीमत
can
से
grant
जो
us the
सद्गति
salvation
मिलती है, वो तो
we
आप तुम
receive
ही कर
through
सकते
your
हो।
Srimat.
और कोई कर न
No one
सके।
else can grant us salvation.
सर्वका सद्गति दाता एक है।
Only one Father is the bestower
सर्व
of
अक्षर
salvation
जरूर
for
डालना
all.
चाहिए।
You definitely have to use the word for all.
समझाया बहुत जाता है,
A great deal is
पर
explained,
समझने वाले
but
बहुत थोड़े
there
नहीं।
are very few who understand.
प्रजा तो बहुत बनती रहती है।
Many subjects continue to be created.
मनुष्य खुदा के नाम पर
People make a lot of donations
बहुत दान पुण्य
and
करते हैं।
perform charity in the name of God.
तो एक जन्म
So,
के लिए उसका फल मिल
They
जाता है।
receive the fruit of that for one birth.
यहाँ तो
Here,
21 जन्म के लिए
You
मिलता
receive for 21 births.
है। ईश्वर अर्थ
By donating in the name of
दान
God,
करने से ताकत मिलती है।
they receive strength.
ईश्वर अर्थ
By
दान
donating in the
से
name
ताकत
of God,
मिलती है।
they receive
तो
strength.
ईश्वर को जानते
They
नहीं
don't
हैं,
know
तो ताकत
God,
ही नहीं रहती है।
and so there is no strength left.
थोड़ा एक जन्म के लिए फल मिलता है।
They receive fruit for one birth.
दान मिलेगा, हेल्थ मिलेंगी, या
They
घर
get
मिलेगा, ये घर मिलेगा,
house or
ताकत नहीं
health
मिलती है।
or food, but then they wouldn't
हिंदुओं
receive
के
strength.
गुसाई तो
They
ढेर
don't
है।
know God. There are
क्रिश्चियन
many
का देखेंगे तो
gurus,
एक
etc.
है।
for Hindus.
एक
If you
का
look at the
कितना regard रखते हैं।
Christians, they have just one. They have so
Religion
much
is
regard
might
for
कहा
that
जाता
one.
है।
It is said religion is might.
अब तुमने रिलीजन को
You have
समझा
now
है,
understood religion,
तो कितनी
and
ताकत
so
मिलती है।
you receive so much strength.
बाबा कहते हैं,
Baba says, children,
सबको ये वशीकरण मंत्र दो।
give everyone this mantra that disciplines the mind.
बच्चों को बाप कहते हैं,
Baba says to your
ये
children,
सुनो, तुम सबको वशीकरण मंत्र दो।
give everyone this
मन को वश
mantra
करने का
that disciplines the mind.
जयंती को भी मैंने कहा था,
I
ऐसे
also
ऐसे
said,
शब्द
Jayanti,
आजकल बाबा के हैं, जो ऐसे लिखो जो सबको वो पढ़ने को मिले,
Write
या
it,
सोचने
write
को
all
मिले।
these words in such a way
पूरे
that
शब्द हो।
people think and
सबको ये वशीकरण मंत्र दो। बच्चों को बाप कहते हैं,
Baba says
तुम
to
जहाँ से
you
आए हो
children,
ना, उस घर को याद करो।
remember the place from
तुम्हारी
where you
अंतमते सो गति हो जाएंगी।
came, and your final thoughts will lead you to your destination.
बाप को याद
Only
करने
by
से
remembering the
पावन बन
Father
सकते हो।
can you become pure.
पाप दगद हो जाएंगे।
Your sins will be absolved.
बाप और वर्षे को याद करना है,
You have to remember the father
जिससे
and the
सारा
inheritance.
चक्कर बुद्धि में आ जाता है।
And by doing so, the whole cycle enters your intellect.
गृहस्थ व्यवहार
Whilst
में
living
रहते,
at home with your family,
गृहस्थ व्यवहार में रहते देह के सर्व संबंधों
have
से
to make
बुद्धि
efforts to
निकाल,
remove your intellect from all bodily relations
बाप के साथ
and
जोड़ने का
connect it
पुरुषार्थ
to the
करना,
Father.
देह से सबके संबंध
Remove your
से
intellect from all the
निकाल, बाप
bodily
के साथ
relations
जोड़ने का
and
पुरुषार्थ
connect it
करना है,
to the
जो फिर
God,
अंत समय
so
वही
that
याद पड़े,
at the end you only remember that. You only remember Him,
और
Baba.
कोई भी याद पर
If you
तो
remember
सदा
anyone
नहीं
else, then they will have to have punishments.
देखो कब की मूली चलाई हुई, आज हमारे काम किए ना सबके,
It's so old Murli, but it is of use to us now.
और पद भी कम हो जाएंगे,
And your status will be reduced.
तो वास्तव में
In fact,
कल्प के
the
संगम को
confluence
कहा
of the
जाता है।
cycle when souls
जब
meet the
आत्माएं
Supreme
और
Soul
परमात्मा मिलते
is
हैं,
called the Kumbha.
परमात्मा आकर राजयोग सिखाते हैं,
God alone comes and teaches you Raja Yoga.
वह परमात्मा के लिए वह है पुनर्जन्म रहित,
He is beyond rebirths,
उन बच्चे भी समझते
but
नहीं,
children don't understand this.
समझा नहीं दे रहा है, क्या समझाओ, फिर समझने वालों वो देख रहा है, शिकिला बाबा देख रहा है,
Baba is explaining to those who
बच्चे
explain
भी समझते
outside to
नहीं हैं।
others, but they don't understand. Children don't understand this.
श्रीमत
Why?
पर चलते
They
नहीं
don't
हैं,
follow Shrimat.
तो बेड़ा पार कैसे
And
होगा?
how would their boats go across?
बेड़ा पार होना, असल मूली इतनी प्यारी लगती,
Excuse me.
खा जाए सारा मूली को,
It's so sweet. I feel like just eating away the whole Murli,
ये देख रहा,
swallowing it up.
बेड़ा पार होना माना राजाई पद पाना,
For a boat to go across means to attain a royal
भाई
status.
कभी सुना है ये बोरन में
Have you,
सुना है,
Morin, have you heard about
बेड़ा
this?
पार होना माना राजाई पद पाना,
For the boat to go across means to attain a royal status?
ये भूल सकता है ये शब्द,
Can you forget this word?
श्रीमत से राजाई मिलती है,
It is only by
श्रीमत
following
पर नहीं
Shrimad that you
चलते
receive
तो आखिर
kingdom.
खत्म हो जाते हैं,
If you don't follow Shrimad, eventually you will be
सज्जनियाँ
finished.
साथ में चलेंगी,
Only the brides would go with the bridegroom.
साथ में चलेंगी, जिसका दीपक जगा हुआ होगा,
Only the brides whose lamp is ignited will go with the bridegroom.
दीपक जगा के देखो दीपक पार गया, हाँ, गंगा में डालते हैं,
They just
जिनके दिए
float
बुझे
this
हुए हैं,
ignited
वे साथ में
lamp
थोड़ी चलेंगे,
in the Ganges. So those whose lamp is
अनन्य बच्चे ही चलेंगे,
not lit will not go with him. Only
बाकी
the
फिर नंबर
specially beloved children will go with him. All the rest will follow behind number wise. However, everyone will become pure.
सब आत्माएं भी एक जैसी ताकत वाली
Not
नहीं हो
all
सकती।
souls have the same strength.
हर एक आत्मा का पाठ
Each
अपना अपना
soul's
है।
part is its own.
एक जैसा पद
No
भी
two
नहीं
can
मिल
receive
सकता है।
the same
पद मिले कैसे,
status.
वो बताया।
Baba said how
जैसा
you will
पद नहीं
receive
मिल
the
सकता।
status, but
अंत
now
में
he says
सबका
not
पाठ
two will
clear
receive
हो
the same
जाएगा।
status. At the end, everyone's part will be very clear.
झाड़ कितना बड़ा
The
है,
tree is so large.
कितने मनुष्य हैं।
There are so many human beings.
मुख्य तो जो बड़े बड़े टाल टालियां हैं, वही
Only the
दिखने में
main
आएंगी।
ones, the big branches and
उसमें भी मुख्य
sub
है
branches
foundation।
will be visible.
ये
The main
टाल
thing
टालियां,
is the foundation.
ये फाउंडेशन है, बाकी तो बाद में आते हैं,
All the rest come later
उनमें ताकत कम होती है।
and they have less strength.
टालियों में ताकत कम होती है, वो उनकी भी रचना अपनी है, पर मुख्य है ये फाउंडेशन,
The main thing is the foundation. The
उसमें
branches
ताकत है।
will not have more strength.
स्वर्ग में सभी नहीं आ सकते
Not
हैं।
everyone can go to heaven.
भारत ही हेवन था,
Bharat itself was
ऐसे नहीं कि
heaven.
भारत के बाद
It
जापान
isn't that the
में
land of Bharat will become heaven. It's not possible.
भारत के बाद कोई जापान तो हेवन बनेगा,
Japan will not become heaven instead of
नहीं,
Bharat.
ऐसे हो नहीं सकता।
It's not possible.
ओम शांति।
Om Shanti.
अच्छा मीठे
अच्छा
मीठे
मीठे मीठे सिखिलदे बच्चों प्रति मात पिता बाप दादा का स्पीक प्लीज मात पिता बाप दादा का याद प्यार गुड मॉर्निंग रूहानी बाप की रूहानी बच्चों को नमस्ते रूहानी बच्चों की रूहानी बाप को नमस्ते रूहानी बाप की रूहानी बच्चों को नमस्ते रूहानी बच्चों की रूहानी बाप को नमस्ते
अच्छा रात्रि क्लास
दिस इज
क्या है सुनाई नहीं पड़ता क्या बोल रहा है इसमें नहीं है इसमें वो ही है रात्रि क्लास बच्चों को समझाया गया है
This is night class 24/468.
धर्म स्थापक कोई सबका कल्याण नहीं
It has been explained to you children that other religious founders cannot benefit everyone.
सबको ले आते हैं
When they come down, they bring everyone else down behind them.
जो लिबरेट कर गाइड करते हैं उनका ही गायन है
There is praise of only the one who liberates you and then guides you.
वही भारत में आते हैं तो
He only comes in Bharat. Bharat is the highest land of all.
भारत की बहुत महिमा करनी
You have to praise Bharat a lot.
बाप ही आकर सर्व की सद्गति
Only the Father comes and grants salvation to all.
तब वही शांति
And only then there is peace.
विश्व में शांति थी
There used to be peace in the world
सृष्टि के आदि में
at the beginning of the world.
स्वर्ग में एक धर्म था
There was only one religion in heaven.
अभी अनेक धर्म है
Now there are innumerable religions.
बाप ही आकर शांति स्थापन करते हैं
Baba alone comes and establishes peace.
कल्प पहले मिसल करते हैं
He does it as he did
बाप ही आकर
the
शांति
previous
स्थापन
cycle.
करते हैं फिर कल्प पहले
It's
मिसल
only the
करते
Father who
हैं।
comes and establishes peace. He does it as
तुम
he
बच्चों
did
को ज्ञान
in the
मिला
previous
है।
cycle. You children have
विचार
received
सागर
knowledge,
मंथन चलता है
and so your churning continues.
और तो कोई काल चलता ही नहीं है
No one else
यह भी तुम
continues to
समझते हो।
churn. Only you understand this.
देह अभिमान के कारण
Because
वो
of
देह
body
को ही
consciousness,
पूजते हैं।
they only worship the body.
आत्मा पुनर्जन्म तो जरूर यहाँ ही
Souls
लेगी ना।
definitely take rebirth here.
अभी तुम समझते हो
You now understand
पावन तो एक
that
ही
there
है।
is only one who is pure.
बाप ही गुप्त ज्ञान देते हैं
It's the Father who gives,
जिससे
incognito
सबकी
knowledge
सद्गति हो
through
जाती
which
है।
there is salvation. It's only He who gives this knowledge, which is incognito, through which there is salvation.
जैसे कोई होते ही नहीं है।
However, there isn't anyone like Hanuman or Ganesh, etc.
कोई होते नहीं
One with tail or one with
इन सबको कहा जाता है
big
पूजा।
nose, etc. All of them are called worshippers.
रूहानी बच्चों
Acha,
को
spiritual
रूहानी
children,
बाप दादा का याद प्यार,
spiritual
good night।
Baba, Dada says love,
रूहानी
remembrances,
बच्चों को
good night
रूहानी बाप
to the
की
spiritual
नमस्ते।
children, and spiritual Father says namaste
धारणा
to the
कैलियों के
spiritual
साथ।
children. These ends.
सजाओं से बचने के लिए
First,
जब बाबा ने साक्षात्कार ये भी कराया था जिसको
Baba
सजा
also
मिलती
gave
है,
visions
उसके
of
कैसा
the
रूप
punishment.
जाता है।
We can't see them.
ये जो
It's
सजा
very,
मिलती है ना यहाँ जेल में की सजा या फांसी की सजा वो इतना दुखदाई नहीं होती है
it's not very fearful and sorrowful punishment what they experience in the jail or being hung. But then the punishment that Dharmaraj gives is very, very fearful.
सर्व संबंधों से बुद्धि योग ने कहा
First point, In order to be saved from punishment, remove your intellect's yoga from all bodily relations and connect it to one Father.
बाप के सिवाय कोई याद ना आए
At the end, apart from
छूटने के लिए,
the Father, no one else should be remembered.
कोई याद ना आए। दूसरा,
Second,
निरंकारी बन,
become
silence में
incorporeal,
रहे, कांटों को
remain in
फूल बनाने की
silence,
मेहनत करनी,
and make the effort to change thorns into flowers.
श्रीमत पर अंधों की लाठी बनना है,
Become a stick for the blind by following Srimad.
पावन बन, औरों को पावन बनाना है।
Become pure and make others pure.
वरदान, कल भी
Blessings.
सारथी की बात थी, आज भी पापा ने और अच्छा स्पष्ट किया है। सारथी बन न्यारे, सारथी बन करके
By becoming a
न्यारे
charioteer,
और प्यारी
May
स्थिति
you
का
be
अनुभव करने
a
वाले,
number one embodiment of success,
नंबर
and
1
give the
सिद्धि
experience
स्वरूप
of the detached and loving stage.
सारथी
Give the
अर्थात
experience of detached and loving stage.
आत्मअभिमानी,
To be a charioteer means to be soul conscious.
यानी रथ पर सवार है, चला रहा हूँ इसको। सारथी अर्थात आत्मअभिमानी।
To be charioteer means to be soul conscious.
ब्रह्मा बाप ने नंबर 1
With this method, Baba Brahma attained number one success.
रथ भगवान को भी दे दिया,
He gave his chariot to God.
मेरा नहीं है,
It's not mine.
पर इसी रथ में बैठ करके इतना
But he
पुरुषार्थ
sits in
किया,
this. He sat in this chariot and made so much of efforts
न्यारा बन के।
by being detached.
इसी विधि से ब्रह्मा बाप ने नंबर 1 की सिद्धि प्राप्त की। जैसे बाप देह को अधीन
Baba
कर प्रवेश
controls
होते हैं,
the body and enters it.
उसके अधीन नहीं है,
He is not
उसको अधीन करके
dependent on the body.
मालिक बन के
He is the
सारथी
master.
बनते हैं।
So
देह
the
के
Baba
अधीन नहीं
controls the body and
इसलिए
enters it
न्यारे
and becomes the
और प्यारे
charioteer, and because he
ऐसे ही
isn't
आप
dependent
ब्राह्मण
on the
आत्माएं
body,
भी
he is loving and detached. In the same way,
बाप समान
you Brahman souls should also remain
सारथी की स्थिति में रहो।
in a stage equal to the Father's, that of a
चलते
charioteer.
फिरते ये चेक
Whilst
करो
walking and moving around,
कि मैं सारथी,
check, am I the
अर्थात शरीर
charioteer?
को चलाने वाले,
That is the one who makes the body function.
न्यारी और प्यारी स्थिति में स्थित हूँ।
Stable in a loving and detached stage,
चेक करो,
check.
न्यारे, फिर कुदरती बाबा का प्यार मिलता है ना,
If
इस
you're
स्थिति में स्थित हूँ।
detached, then you get the Baba's love naturally.
इसी से ही
Am I
नंबर
stable
1
in that? Through this,
सिद्धि
you
स्वरूप
will
बने।
become number one embodiment of success.
स्लोगन,
Slogan:
बाप की आज्ञाकारी होकर के रहो,
remain obedient to the Father,
बाप के आज्ञाकारी होकर के रहो,
remain obedient to
गुप्त
the
दुआएं
Father, and incognito
समय पर
blessings
मदद करती
will
रहे।
continue to help you at the right time.
ओम शांति।
Om Shanti.
थैंक यू बाबा।
Thank you, Baba.